I didn't even realize this, and this made me feel really, really old. Wu-Tang Forever turned 26 years old, bro. I didn't even realize it was that old. But it's not, the age is one thing because we're older and we lived it. But I'm always curious about how records age and more importantly, how they'll be remembered. Is there anything that's associated with Wu-Tang Forever from a how well it aged standpoint, how the impact, like how is that album looked at? Like what's the impact for it? Because a lot of records were great, but some of them are associated and have a lot of impact. Some change the culture. You could say Ghetto Dope, Master P, Ice Cream Man. All those are cult classics that change. No,
hey, now give me Ice Cream Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like those are cult classics records that change something. Is Wu-Tang Forever one of those records, or is it just a dope album?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It ain't 36 Chambers.
No. Okay. It was
a good double album.
But you're saying 36 Chambers probably has more of what we're talking about.
To me, that was the one. That was like, I mean, granted, now I'm saying all this, I was not outside.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, I got you.
But the production of that specifically, that album, was different from anything else that was out at the time. RZA's music production on 36 Chambers was like a different type of grimy on that album. That changed things. Wu-Tang Forever was just like a continuation of what Wu-Tang was already doing.
Boom.
What were you gonna say?
I can't really add anything else to that. I was outside.
I was too.
And only thing that stood out for me from the Wu-Tang Forever album was the Triumph video. Everything else, it was just like, yeah, skip.
MGM was dope.
Be careful, man.
I mean,
Duck Season was fire. Be careful.
They had a lot of records on there that I thought, when I went back to it, they just had a lot of songs on that album.
Yeah.
But most
Overkill, maybe too many records.
I think so. But it was, it's pretty solid. Like when I go back and listen to it, it's not one of those albums where I go back and I'm like, oh man, like there's way more L's than W's, right? I go back and when I listen to it, I'm like, nah, in general, it generally stands the test of time, right. I think.
I agree too.
The same tracks that I didn't like back then, I still don't like now. And the same ones that I like, I still like now. That's kind of how I view it anyways.
Cash Still Rules is just another one where I could play immediately. It takes me right back to that space and it still sounds just like it did. Right? So there's records reunited, same thing.
Nostalgia.
All those records to me
doggish. Man.
All right,
that's one of those ones I was like, when sometimes
I didn't need that one per se. I didn't need that.
Sometimes Metronome will be like, well, what do you want to hear real quick?
I don't know, man. Play that one.
No, I just know that there are certain albums that, to your point, Lone said it perfectly about 36 Chambers. There are culture shifting or impactful projects. I think this one, with it being 26, I would put this more of an aged well record. But I'm with you on 36 Chambers being that one.
How I got the Wu-Tang Forever was somebody I worked with in high school at Wendy's didn't like it and gave it to me.
Boy, you got lucky.
He gave you the tape or the CD?
CD, double CD.
Wow.
He gave you the double CD?
I mean, he also gave me I got a brand Nubian CD. I got like a whole bunch of...
But
he didn't like any of them. I was just like...
He was buying CDs and was like, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah, he's working with a clown. He gave you some heat.
Hold on. Did he give you Foundation? Because that's not, that's not the one you wanted somebody to give.
He gave you Wu-Tang Forever?
Yeah.
Man, bless his heart.
Yeah.
He's an idiot for that. I would never... You couldn't have pried it from my pockets or my hands.
No, because you know what?
Then.
I bought Wu-Tang Forever on CD.
$26.99.
Yeah. Because I was like, I ain't got $30 for a CD.
My mama was like, yeah, you can have
a half a CD.
She was like, yeah, so if you buy this CD,
and I had a job. I was like, I ain't paying that.
Yeah, there's a lot of grass being cut and stuff. Because she was like, $24.99. I said, yeah, ma, it's 2 CDs in there. She didn't even care. There was 2 CDs.
No, she didn't care.
Yeah,
So, but nah, man, I like that Long. Go ahead, bro.
I hated that double CD era. The most upset.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes.
I knew this was Art of War.
Somebody has been arguing with me in the comments on the segment from last week that Bone Thugs deserve to be higher than Outkast. And they
what?
And
hell no.
And I said, I was like, there's no comparison. Like you can't. He was like, and I'm an Outkast fan. They're like second. I was like, how do you miss their misses?
Was there any type of justification for this?
That person definitely justified it.
I'm talking about like what were you getting fed to What was this person saying to try to make this work? I don't see this at all.
Everything
and I like Bone.
outside of their first 2 albums has been complete, utter trash.
Art of
wouldn't
War
say
wasn't
trash.
Art of War. I've had
It's
this
just Art of
conversation.
War. After Art of War,
Was
I
it
was
like wet
off
trash or dry trash? It's different.
Bone. They would have a song here and there, but
Art of War was trash, bro.
Trash.
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 I was, if you could take CDs back, I would have taken back the Art of War.
Yes.
Oh, man, I don't know
Mine
about
would have been
trash.
Quality Control by Jurassic 5.
I'd have taken that one back too, because I heard the song Quality Control and I thought the rest of the album was going to be that
It
good.
got me.
It definitely got you on.
I
that.
hated the one dude with the
With
deep voice.
Charlie
Charlie
Tuna?
Tuna, that was the only thing that on there that I liked.
Yeah.
I hated him.
He was at least unique.
You said you hated the double CD era.
I hated it
Man,
because you was getting a lot of trash.
Yeah.
it's rare. It's rare to
Remember
put out.
8 Ball put out a triple CD, but one of them was like a compilation.
It was a Suave House compilation.
No. That was the one that did it.
Oh,
right.
oh, that's the one that made you feel that way.
Hey, 8 Ball's Lost album. He went in on that project.
It wasn't. I was about to say. I know you weren't about to disrespect that.
Now the
album.
Suave House compilation.
I was cool on that CD.
Nah, because it had a
There's
version.
psychodrama on it.
It did. And
Hold on, did you play that? Were you the
It
one?
wasn't on, I didn't play it. At
Yeah,
the club.
okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
yeah, because I was like, I ain't heard this song in 20 years.
What records was on that Suave House compilation?
The very last song on there, it was Too Short, and they bought MJG. Can't Stop Rapping.
I forgot about that.
That's with the T-Mix version.
Okay.
That was enough for the CD alone for me.
Is there any double CD that where both discs are actually dope? You know what I mean? I feel like, and the reason why I ask this is I feel like you're just setting yourself up to fail when you put out that
You
much
put out
music.
that much music.
Because it almost feels like a compilation.
But when you think about it, if you really think about it, it wasn't a lot of songs on those albums. Like you was probably only
20.
20 to 24 songs
Yeah.
per, and that was one No Limit album.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you know, it was
For
a
sure. E40 album.
Streets Disciple. Nas' Streets Disciple.
Yeah, nah.
That should have been one CD.
Streets Disciple
And-
had filler. I will
and
agree.
you know what's really messed up is like
and that album got
this
heat
is
on.
where this is where sometimes an artist can be brilliant but not be smart. Is like to qualify to be counted as a double CD album has to be of a certain length.
Mm-hmm.
Or it just counts as one. You know, you got 2 CDs in there, but it doesn't count as 2 CDs towards your contract or towards sales. And I think Nas was short by like 3 or 4 minutes.
Wow.
And so like that's
Messed up.
why Columbia and Def Jam were both on Hip Hop Is Dead, because he did not fulfill his. He thought he was going to put out that double album, then a greatest hits, and then he'd be off Columbia and be able to sign as a free agent anywhere he wanted to go. But he was like 3 or 4 minutes short.
Wow.
And then that's why they had to be a dual promotional thing, and because he did not satisfy the terms of his original record contract
Interesting.
by like 3 or 4 minutes.
27 records or 27 tracks on Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah.
a lot.
16 on the second disc,
I mean, but
11 on the first.
I think the one thing about Wu-Tang though is there's 9 dudes, so
Right.
you can
So it
kind
makes
of
sense.
you can stretch them over multiple records.
Good
You know what I
point.
mean? As opposed to Biggie doing 27 records or E40 doing 49 records. Like it's different.
40 doing 49 records.
Yeah.
He did. He literally
No,
did.
he did that.
Right.
No, I know. The block brochure, each one of them had,
This is like 3 years ago, 5 years ago. It's like
4 albums.
it's like 4 versions of the block brochure.
Yeah, this
Each
is where
one
we
of them-
need the homie DJ Spools, because he can
Yep.
He
he
would
can
know.
give you a full breakdown, because he'll get every album.
Shout out to Spools. He knows all of those.